strange sightings of a huge flying creature. Ken's 5 first brought you the report this summer.
Now, more sightings have surfaced and prompted an investigation. Is it a monster or myth?
Joe Conger has the story.
Even though it was dark, the thing itself was black. I mean, it was the blackest I've ever seen.
Frank Ramirez thought he was after a prowler in the back of his mom's southwest side home.
That's when the thing that was up there turned to me, and it was in a perched state, and it looked at me, and then it started to turn.
What greeted him on the garage rooftop still gives him goosebumps years later.
It started to move its arms, and this giant blackness was just coming out, and it was just, at that point, I dropped the stick, and I ran.
Ramirez felt compelled to sketch the large bird-like creature, the images disturbing.
If you were to take a man's face and just pull his chin down, just like a stretched face.
And similar to dozens of sightings across San Antonio and South Texas.
If you ever get a blanket and you're straightening out a blanket, that's the kind of noise that it was making. And it was just, I was just terrified because I thought that while I was running that this thing was just going to carry me off.
Maybe you haven't seen it flying overhead, but our story of a large prehistoric-like bird was seen, getting more than 100,000 visitors on the internet from folks across the world. And more than a few in San Antonio, like Ramirez, came forward to say they've seen the creature too. This woman telling us by email, because of our story, she now knows she's not crazy.
When investigating mystery animals, it's important to point out that there are very vast areas of land, even here in South Texas, that remain uninhabited.
And possibly home to the creature. Cryptozoologist Ken Gerhard wrote the book on the large dark birds, many of them compared to small aircraft. We caught up with Gerhard at the Laguna Atascosa National Wildlife Refuge.
If an animal like Big Bird does exist, it certainly needs some habitat, somewhere to hide.
The refuge is 88,000 acres big.
Raptors of all kinds, from hawks to falcons, come throughout.
Park rangers say the marshes and prairies are home to 413 species of birds, but no flying pterodactyls.
So you don't think there's any big, huge creature out here that size?
No, no, I don't.
But even rangers admit internet blogs spiked with reports this summer of something huge.
People were posting about a very large, raptor-like bird, and they were talking about 18 to 20 foot wingspan. And in all reality, it's kind of a myth.
Critics say, where's the proof? Eyewitness testimony without a feather or other body of evidence leaves these stories as they are, just stories.
We know it's rare, and we know that this area has been a popular hangout in the past.
So Gerhard is installing cameras in Harlingen, Texas, where Guadalupe Cantu wants his big bird sighting documented and validated.
We want to get proof of this thing if we can.
I know what I saw. It took me more than a week to get out of this house. I wouldn't step foot out of this house.
Back in San Antonio, Ramirez says it's not a camera his family has mounted, but an outdoor light to keep the creature at bay.
It just had a very, very horrible, demeanor look in its face, like if I was lunch.
Joe Conger, Ken's 5 Eyewitness News.